Now, drivers and commuters are unhappy at the current state of the Accra-Tema motorway as more potholes spring up on the express highway. Governments have over the years promised to reconstruct the road, but this is yet to happen, with further deterioration posing a serious threat to motorists. My colleague Michael Ashy has been traveling up and down the road and has found this report.
The Accra-Tema stretch of the N1 highway, also known as the Accra-Tema motorway, is a crucial link for Ghana and the West African sub-region. However, this stretch of the N1 highway is becoming increasingly dangerous due to poor road maintenance. The express highway is not riddled with gaping potholes, and drivers are fed up.
More than this.
The trap is too much. You have to really come and construct the road. It's a death trap.
Right.
Because look at it, you can't call this. You can't call these potholes. So you can't call these potholes. And we pay a tax, so they have to come and resolve it for us.
The motorway is notoriously known for some of the heart-wrenching accidents in the country, and the road is getting more dangerous by the day.
My name is Noah Tekpe. The road is very, very bad. We are suffering in this road because they are not doing the maintenance. I'm passing here every day. The potholes and the things is very bad. So we are begging the president so that they fix the road for we. We are suffering in this motorway.
The speed limit on the motorway is 100 kilometers per hour. With the potholes, drivers are forced to slow down to avoid destroying their vehicles. In the process, they create congestion on the road.
Charlie, the traffic is too much on the motorway. Right, yeah. No, there's a lot of potholes on the way, so you have to do something about it.
These potholes are not only an inconvenience for drivers, but for passengers as well.
Nearly everyone uses the road, including those going to health facilities, pregnant women and workers.
So, now you send a motorway from here to Accra, so bad. Waste problem.
At night, the motorway is plunged into total darkness. On our drive up and down the entire stretch of the motorway, we observe that but for a few areas, the entire motorway is without light, even though there are street lights along the stretch. More than half of all the street lights are not functional. Some are without their cables, whereas others are without bulbs. Drivers will not see the danger lurking in the corner until it's too late. Since 2009, there have been more than 10 promises to rehabilitate or expand the motorway. From Amidu Amin Sulemana,
we have to do an engineering studies on the road and see possibly what it will cost.
To former roads minister Joe Gidisu and even former President John Dramani Mahama.
If we achieve a huge expansion of Tema Port and we have a constraint of the roads leading to the port, then we would virtually have done nothing. And so the combination of the road to the expansion of the port is something that I appreciate very much.
Kwesi Amwakwata, under the Akufo-Addo-led government, said the reconstruction was going to start in November 2021.
Any moment from now, because we are at the concluding ends of it.
It didn't. He promised the reconstruction will commence August 2022.
Those who do not know what is happening here should keep quiet. Those who do not know what is happening here should keep quiet, okay? And we are starting, this year,
Again, they missed that. There have been attempts in the past to fix portions of the express highway. Although the motorway was made with concrete slabs, bitumen was used to patch some of the potholes.
And the fixing should be permanent fixing, not something temporary. Okay, it's fixed today. The next time it develops another potholes again.
Sadly, these temporary fixes have only worsened the problem. The bitumen patches are now looking like corrugated sheets because of pressure from the vehicles and the heat from the blazing sun. And vehicles can't help but wiggle. The lack of proper maintenance on the Accra-Tema motorway is a major concern for both commercial and personal vehicle users. The once pride and joy of the country has now become a road of shame. For JoyNews, Michael Ashy.
Well, let's speak to Samuel Amwa, who is a spokesperson for the GPRTU. He joins us on the phone now. So I'm grateful that you could join us. You heard there some of your drivers complaining about the nature of the Tema motorway. When you go out for your daily routines, what are some of these complaints that you receive? We have heard some from some of them, but at your various stations, what are some of the complaints that you do receive?
Yeah, thank you very much. Let me say good morning to your cherished viewers. What is happening now is very critical, and the condition of the motorway now is I can describe it as a death trap for motoring that applies the Accra-Tema motorway. Why am I saying this? Now there have been so many potholes on the motorway, and when they decide to do a maintenance or maybe try to fix it, the motorway is not a quota or something, but it's not a quota road. But if there is a pothole, instead of them maybe finding the best way to fix it or to just do the patching, they'll just use the quota and it will turn like a bomb. And drivers are complaining, even to some of us, because myself, though my branch is at a Ashy, but almost every week I apply the motorway about 3 or 4 times in a week. And the way the situation is now is getting out of hand. And moreover, it do create a traffic congestion on motorway. Some years back, we know if one is plying motorway, maybe one may know, oh, I'm from Tema and I'm going to Accra. I can use about maybe 10 or 7 or 9 minutes, to cross the motorway. But this time it's not like that. You can't just predict. And at the same time, drivers, do cause accidents. Sometimes you may not know you run into a pothole, and sometimes it can cause a tire burst and a whole lot. Looking at the situation at the motorway now, we have been complaining. Every single driver, both private car drivers and commercial vehicles, everybody is complaining about the situation of the motorway. We hear that there's going to be an extension and whatever. When are they going to do it? Are they going to step down for this situation to cause accidents and to take lives before they try to fix it? And if they're trying to fix it, they should fix it in the best way that will suit, or will just help the drivers. And they are not doing that. So if you ask me, every driver that flies at Accra-Tema motorway is complaining. It has turned to a death trap for drivers.
You do meet government to negotiate, especially when it comes to your fares. On this road, what has been the negotiation between you and government entities?
Actually, there has not been any meeting concerning this situation. But we do complain. We do come out. Our national executives, I think last year, wrote to the road and highway ministries complaining about most of our roads that causes accidents. Because normally whenever there is accident, everybody will be referred to the drivers. They will say the drivers, the recklessness of the drivers and all that. Yes, we know some of the drivers, most of the accidents do happen, some drivers are not very careful, but the roads also, contribute to those accidents that do happen. So we complain, and the thing is, they keep, giving us assurance, they are working on it, they are going to fix it and all that, but nothing is being done. So it's not like we are sitting down, not complaining and, just look at what is happening. We do complain.
You use the road on daily basis, if not you, your members.
Yeah.
I'm sure the minister doesn't do it on daily basis. At this point, what would you be telling the minister if he is watching us?
If by chance the minister is watching us right now, what we'll say is, look, that is his ministry, okay? And Accra-Tema Motorway, how it was is not how it is now. So they should try and do something about it. It's not like we are just making a noise or we are just saying whatever we want to say. But the thing is real. The thing is real. I wonder if they also use that. And I know they also use the road. If they use it and they see these kind of things, are they happy seeing it like this? Are they happy seeing drivers, involved in accidents on motorway? Are they happy seeing the motorway now turn to a traffic congestion, road? We are not happy about this. So they should try as hard as they can. I know sometimes they try to do something, but they are not living up to expectation. This is not what we are expecting them to do. So we are pleading to the Honorable Minister that he should try and do something about it. So we the drivers can also use this road and we'll be okay. I remember one day I was having an interview at one of the stations and I was using a small car. I just bumped into a big pothole and something just took off from my vehicle. I nearly had an accident. And it's very, very critical. It's very, very bad. So if the Honorable Minister is listening to us right now, we are pleading. That is what we are expecting them to do. He says that is what he can do, and that is his ministry. So it's only him we can complain to. We can't complain to anybody. So we are pleading.
All right. But it looks like we've spoken more about the potholes. What about the street lighting on the road as well? You drive at night. You know how dark it is. How should we go about it?
For drawing my attention to, now if you are using the motorway, you see, sometimes I do wonder how, they try to manage some situations. You see, they use the state money to fix all these street lights. And the purpose of bringing these street lights is to just make the road visible for both pedestrians. Let me use pedestrians because now motorway, there are people, residents around motorway that sometimes, most of the time, they do cross the road, and the drivers too ply the road because they know a road like this needs a street light. That is why they fix it. And if the thing is not working, why can't they go and put them in place? Just try to fix it back. It's something that they are wasting the state money. If they know there's no need for them to place a street that like there, they shouldn't even think of placing it there. But you put it there, and the purpose of putting it there is not working. It's not coming. Then why is it there? So we are pleading. Okay. It's another point that is disturbing so much. Now, if you are driving on a motorway and you don't use your high light, and you want to use only dim, it's something else. Either you run into a pothole or maybe someone is crossing and blah, blah, blah. It's getting out of hand.
Okay.
So we are pleading.
All right. I'm grateful to you, Samuel Amwa, for speaking to us. He is a member of the communications team of the GPR. To you. Now, presiding member of the Bibiani Municipal Assembly is engaging with the Zongo chiefs, assemblymen, and resident of Bibiani Zongo and Old Town. The meeting comes on the back of the latest clash between resident and the military guards of Asante Gold Corporation. 5 persons, we understand, have been injured as a result of the clash. 2 persons out of the injured 5 sustained gunshot wounds. The assemblyman of the area was also beaten during the clash. we'll bring you update on the meeting which is currently underway. But let's get further details on the ground, on the background of this development, and my colleague Erastus Zongo joins us with more. Erastus, you've been there. What have you gathered on this development?
Well, so the incident occurred yesterday, and we understand that there is a waste dump area within the Asante Gold Corporation operation area. That's the mine within its concession, and it's called the Walsh Pit Waste Dump. Now, we understand that some residents from the Bibiani Zongo area breached the security and entered this area to try to scoop residue, which they believe contains gold. But this is the property of the company. And so the military guard stationed within the company came in there to engage with them to try to stop them from doing that. In the course of that, we understand that some of the residents pulled out knives and machetes and other implements. And so there was verbal exchanges and then a clash between the military and the youth there, leading to the military firing some shots. Now, what we do know for now is that two people, one Abdul Aziz Karim, 23 years, and Suleiman Ayuti, 26 years, sustained gunshot wounds, one to the ankle, and the other had a wound to the thigh. They are now responding to treatment, one at the government hospital, and the other one is at the Divine Love Hospital at Bibiani. We understand that the assembly member for that area who also tried to intervene sustained some assault by the military. One Abdullah Adam Muhammad, who is the assembly member for the area, but he's also filed a formal complaint with the police, and he's also responded to treatment. So this is what we know for now. For now, we checked this morning, the place is calm. Calm has been restored, and the operations are going on, and other stakeholders are trying to bring peace to the area.
Is this the first time this is happening?
No, this is not the first time. There have been a series of confrontations, especially between the Bibiani Zongo youth and the company as resources. And it borders on a whole wide range of areas. The demand by the youth, mainly jobs, and they're also demanding that the company leases out part of its concession for them to mine. So it's been confrontations upon confrontations between the company and the youth in the area for some time now.
So from how we understand this issue, what must be the way out of this?
Well, the long-term area, when you speak with people on the ground, will be for the company to lease out a part of this concession to the local youth to also to mine. That will be the long-term piece. That, I don't know whether it will be feasible on the part of the company. Remember that I went to the area to report on certain infiltration by the youth into the main concession of the company, an area where they were going to mine their major ore. It's called Kusie Mountain. And the concerns that the youth raised at the time was that they want the company to give them a part of their concession to also mine. And that is the long-term solutions to this. But they are also demanding other things like employment. But the company is also advancing the argument that many of the youth in there are not skilled and do not have the requisite skill to get them employed immediately into the company.
Great. Erastus, grateful to you. Now, let's now speak to our JoyNews' Augustine Boer, who has been part of the ongoing meeting in the community for some update. Augustine, has the meeting ended and what was the outcome? Augustine, if you can hear me, I'm asking whether or not the meeting has come to an end and what outcome was reached.
Yeah, as I speak now, the presiding member for Bibiani and Yasu is still with the Zongo chief, the assemblyman, and some of the residents. So as I speak now, the meeting has not ended, but all somehow to finding a lasting solution to this issue, that has popped up in the Bibiani and has to be acquired. That's Bibiani Zongo. But the presiding member, has assured the chiefs and the residents that he will engage with the security and the municipality so that they will find a lasting solution to this problem.
Okay. This meeting you speak about, how long has it been? And aside the Zongo chiefs and the presiding member, who else are part of this meeting?
Then one Abusapain is Zamrama, the Abusapain for the Zamrama community in the Bibiani Zongo. He has confirmed that some of the residents went to the mining yard to pick this waste dump or this black that we are talking about. Okay. He has confirmed that some residents went to the mining yard to pick this thing that has resulted in a clash between the residents and then the security guys.
Okay. So this meeting we are talking about, how long has it been? The meeting with the president?
About 30 minutes. Still, the meeting is ongoing. So I think about 40 to 45 minutes, they will bring it to an end.
Okay. And aside the Zongo chiefs, whom you've mentioned, who else is part of this meeting?
And the assemblyman as well. Assemblyman, explained to the presiding member that he was actually beaten yesterday. He was mercilessly beaten yesterday, but he went to the hospital for treatment.
Okay. But has the company been given any explanation to the development?
No. Currently, we are here to approach the mining firm, but they are not part of the meeting, which is ongoing.
Okay. What's the current situation?
It's calm. But what the residents are demanding is either the mining company stop the activity or they relocate them to a different place. So this is the two options that the residents, are demanding from the mining company, to either relocate them to a different place or to stop the activity. To
relocate the community or the company?
No, the company. Okay. The community to a different place, sorry.
Okay. But I mean, as we speak, what is the situation in the community?
The camp has been restored as reported. Okay. And the security too are there to ensure there is calm in the area. But apparently people are doing their normal duties this morning.
Okay. Augustine, I'm grateful.
Okay.
Now, to other stories now, and senior staff members of Ghana's Electoral Commission have threatened a function that require financial commitment should the Commission fail to settle all outstanding administrative releases by 16th February this year. They're also hinting of a possible strike action should the conditions remain the same. These were contained in a letter addressed to the chairperson of the Commission, Jane Mensah, and cited by JoyNews. My colleague Samuel Mbra joins me with details of this letter. I mean, what are the concerns that these people are raising?
Right. So, Kojo, the concerns are 6. 1, they say the delay in the payments of the administrative releases for the last 2 quarters of 2022. They are also saying that there is an unprecedented delay in the payment for logistics and other services, which included canopies, tables, chairs, generators, and boats that were hired for the 2020 voter registration exercise. Again, the delay in the payment of allowances for commissioners of oaths engaged for the 2020 voter transfer exercise. And they are also talking about a drastic reduction in the allocation of resources for operational activities of the Commission since the 2018 referendum to date. They also point out that there is constant pre-financing of operational and administrative activities of the Commission. And their last concern is the outstanding payments for some temporary officials engaged for the district level elections 2019 and 2020 presidential and parliamentary elections.
Yeah. So do they propose any resolution to these issues?
Right. So the National Council, the second highest decision-making body of the Senior Staff Association, and the mouthpiece for senior staff members at the various regions have resolved to the Commission's inability to settle all outstanding administrative releases in full by 15 February 2021 will cause the following, and I mentioned: hanging of red flags at all offices of the Commission from 16th February 2023 to show our protest. Officers would be unable to perform administrative and operational functions that require any financial commitments. Again, they say the National Council of the association may employ other legitimate and permissible tools under the labor laws of Ghana to press home their demands after hanging the red flags. They've also added that all arrears owed to vendors or owed vendors should be paid by Wednesday, 1st March 2023, to enable district electoral officers have the peace of mind to live and work in their districts. In the event that the Commission fails to make payments, all calls from vendors will be directed to the Commission. Vendors will be directed to the head office to claim their monies. District electoral officers would be unable to engage the services of vendors for subsequent exercises. Resources for operational and administrative activities should be restored to their previous levels, and rates and levels should be determined and communicated to officers before the commencement of upcoming activities. The fourth resolution is that officers of the Commission would not pre-finance any activities under any circumstance. The management should also liaise with government as a matter of urgency to implement the recommendations made on conditions of service of the staff of Electoral Commission by the 20-member fact-finding parliamentary ad hoc committee set up by Parliament on 28 February 2011. So the last resolution is that management should also endeavor to address all these pertinent issues in a timely manner for industrial peace and harmony to prevail, considering the fact that this year is an election year. So this is signed by all the 16 regional representatives of the association.
Have we heard from any of them?
Yeah, so they are yet to get responses. Earlier I spoke with the association, and what they told me was that they've gotten the indication that the commissioner has received their concerns and the resolution. They are expecting a response from them, and that would inform their next action.
Samin Bra is a JoyNews reporter here. Now to other stories now, and starting this morning, some public schools in the Kpandai district of the Northern region will be receiving their share of a set of furniture to be distributed to the district. This is the outcome of JoyNews' Ghana Schools of Shame feature aired last week. 85 schools will benefit from a total of 5,000 desks, being the first consignment. Out of that number, 2,500 pieces have already arrived in the district for onward distribution to the beneficiary schools. So which schools will be receiving theirs first, and what's the plan for the other schools? We'll tell you that shortly. But let's now hear from Mr. Yao Safo, the Kpandai District Education Director, applauding JoyNews for drawing the Ministry of Education's attention to the challenge.
We are very, very, very grateful for the support that has come and what is yet to be delivered. So I also wish to extend our sincere gratitude to the JoyNews team who made all the necessary follow-ups to enable us to experience what we have seen today. So we are very grateful to them for how far they have gone and how far they will continue to go till all the furniture is delivered to Kpandai district. I would also like to take this opportunity to appeal to my hard-working head teachers or heads of all heads of basic schools and their entire staff to ensure that when the furniture gets to their respective schools, they take good care of the furniture in order to ensure that for many years to come, we will not experience any furniture shortage.
Yes, we're watching JoyNews Desk. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with more. Stay with us. Welcome Welcome back from the break. Now, we understand that members of the Pensioner Bondholders Forum this morning converging at the Ministry of Finance demanding their total exemption from the domestic debt exchange program. Now, about 50 of the bondholders have thronged the ministry's premises with placards and wristbands to register their displeasure over their inclusion. My colleague James Aveji is at this particular gathering and will be joining us with the latest from there. James, if you can hear me, what can you tell us is happening there?
Okay, great. So as you can see behind me, these are some of the pension bondholders.
These are some of the pension bondholders who have gathered here. They are in their tents, about 50 to 60 of them gathered here this morning. The intention is to picket here at the Ministry of Finance to register their displeasure over their inclusion in the domestic debt exchange program. When I interacted with some of them earlier, they indicated to me that what they want right now is that government should officially declare that they, the independent bondholders, are not part of the domestic debt exchange program. They want total exemption. If you look at some of the placards they are carrying this morning, the message is that pensioners have no alternative source of income. Others are saying that don't turn pensioners into destitute. Our medical care is dependent on our coupons. With a lot more information they are giving the Ministry of Information now. We don't want to be a burden on society. We want to live off our bonds. And so let's interact with some of them here who don't you feel our pain, spare us this ordeal. Those are some of the messages. Now let's interact with some of them who are here this morning. I see one of our mothers here with bandage on her hand. Let me get her message. Now it looks like you have some problems, but you have left your house and you are the Ministry of Ministry of Finance this morning. What exactly are you telling the minister and government?
I'm joining my colleagues to say that you should exempt us from this domestic bond exchange program, because we have paid our due to society and we bought the bonds on trust. Most of us from the banks were convinced that they are safe. They use the word risk-free, that the bonds are risk-free. So I believed everything, and I invested some of my retirement benefits in it with the hope that every time I get a coupon, it will support my medical bills. Because I tell you, you can just sleep and wake up one day and you have an ache somewhere, a pain somewhere. And so it's just to keep me going and make sure that I live a life of dignity after my 33 years of hard work. So you can't just wake up one day without negotiation, without calling us and explaining anything, and then we hear on announcement, after you have said that independent bondholders are exempt, then just before Christmas you say they are part of it. We are not just anyone. We are the senior citizens of this nation. We need that respect. We need to be treated with dignity, respect. In fact, we want our money. We don't want to be part of this program. If he can't even pay the coupons, he should give everybody their money. Let us live our lives. You understand me? Because I don't have anyone to take care of me.
The last communication from the Ministry of Finance is that you persons who are over 59 years would be given 15% coupon rate and 5 years maturity rate.
You can't take my money and decide how you are going to give it back to me. It's my money. We are not going to be part of this. There are several other Ghanaians. They should find a better way of implementing this domestic debt thing. You can't just zero in on bondholders and say they are the ones paying the debt of Ghana. Why? Especially pensioners. Why? What have you done? Everybody abroad I know in high position, I told this, they thought it was a big joke. Like, how could they do that? It's a disgrace. They better revisit this issue and handle it well. If every Ghanaian is going to contribute 10 cedis, 20 cedis, or 100 cedis, I don't mind. But you can't hoodwink our bonds. After several years of hard work, people may have spent their money doing something, but I decided to invest it because the bank convinced me that it was safe. If I knew this was going to happen, I would have invested. Please. Okay.
Right. So that is one of our mothers here. There's another mother seated by her, all cladded in red. What exactly do you expect the Ministry of Finance to be telling you this morning as you are here?
that we are totally exempted from this animal called domestic debt exchange program. I invested my money because that is what I'm going to live on. I don't have anybody. As I sit, I'm not well, but I have to come and sit here, breathless, trying to breathe. And you've taken my money. I mean, this is unacceptable. As my sister said, they did not even engage at my money that you have even used to do your foolishness. And you want us to pay. You don't want to sacrifice. And you don't get anybody else but pensioners. Are you human? Are you normal? What is it? Please tell them they should exempt us totally. We are the last people they should approach. We respect ourselves, so that the words that will come out from our mouths will not be nice.
How long do you intend to stay here?
Every day. We will come here and sit here every day till they tell us something.
Okay. So that is the message, that they would be coming here almost every day until the Ministry of Finance listen to them. I'm trying to catch up with Dr. Edouard Anienchi, but if you can see, this is their definition or their description to the abbreviation DDEP. Don't disturb earnings of pensioners. This is how the description they have given to the DDEP. I have here Dr. Edouard Anienchi. Doc, just a minute. Just a minute. We want to know how long you intend to do this.
We have said we will continue until we get our petition accepted. Yes. Every day 1 hour here. Every day 1 hour here. We will behave as if we are coming to work. 1 hour. There we go. 1 hour. There we go. 1 hour. There we go. Every day until we get the exemption.
We understand the minister wants to see you.
Yes, we are going.
So you are getting audience from Keno Foriata?
Yes, I have been told they want to see us.
What's your expectation?
All that we expect is a clear statement that you have been exempted. If that comes, we will close and go home. Tomorrow we won't come.
Is that an indication you are not accepting the
So that is Dr. Edouard Anienchi. He is the convener of the group. So Brace, those are the messages. Simple. We want government, the debt pension bondholders want government to officially declare that they are not part or they are not included in the domestic debt exchange program. Total exemption from the program is what they are saying. Failure to do that, they will continue to dedicate 1 hour of every day to picket here at the Finance Ministry.
So that's my colleague James Haveji coming to us from the Finance Ministry. We'll be keeping an eye on that one to know exactly how that goes. But we'll take a quick break. We'll bring you back. When we return, we'll have business. Stay with us.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to Business. My name is Daryl Kwao. As government inches closer to establishing a national airline, industry players are warning of political interference which could weaken the foundations of the company. According to Group Chief Executive of Ethiopian Airlines, Mesfin Tassel Bakele, having many political hands in such a corporate organization could badly affect its existence. He spoke to some journalists in Accra.
I know that Ghana used to have its own national carrier for several years, and unfortunately the airline was not successful. The airline business is different from other industries like banks or factories. It's a different business, and it requires special competencies, special experience, particularly in the leadership, to successfully set up an airline and develop it. Our advice to African governments is that when they want to set up an airline, they have to make sure that it's well organized and it has good leadership and good governance. Several African airlines, not only Ghana, but in other countries, didn't succeed. And there are several factors. One of them is interference from governments. Once airlines are set up, they should be left alone without any interference to do the business profitably. This is one. Secondly, the leadership has to have experience in the field and discipline in managing costs. Costs are elements that kill airlines, and any airline that doesn't manage its cost is doomed to failure. So that is our general advice to anyone who wants to set up airline in Africa.
Now, a partnership between two Ghanaian businesses, Rockland Farms and importer of frozen foods La Bianca Company Limited, is expected to boost the local poultry sector. The country relies heavily on imported poultry products due to the number of challenges, facing poultry farmers, including marketing. Chief Executive of Rockland Farms, Edith Akosa, is happy with this step, which will see La Bianca offtake the local products, but is worried about cost of feed. Tema correspondent Kwame Yanka has the rest of the story.
Yes, Ghana's quest to see a thriving poultry subsector has been saddled with a number of challenges, from access to soft loans for poultry farmers to competing with cheap imported poultry products. These setbacks have literally crippled the subsector, with the country's economy bearing the brunt due to heavy importation. Addressing this issue is said to require all stakeholders putting their shoulders to the wheel. Two Ghanaian businesses, Rockland Farms and importer of frozen foods, La Bianca Company Limited, have gone into partnership, which will see the latter offtake product under the name Akoko Tasty from the former. At a ceremony in Tema to announce the partnership, Chief Executive Officer of Rockland Farms, Edith Akosa Whitland, touches on how cost of feed is impacting on pricing of the local products.
Our biggest constraint was marketing. Besides, the cost of production is very high, but now we have a major off-taker. At least when we do a mass production, at least we could get something, but we are still counting on the government to come in to support us. They used to have a waiver for certain ingredients that we bring in to support our production. They've taken the waiver off, so we are pleading with the government to bring the waiver on the agri sector for this project to be sustainable. The funds that we use to produce, at least they can give us a special rate for the agri sector and also help in the production of the maize and soya to bring down the cost of production.
Executive Officer of La Bianca Company Limited, Eunice Asumahine, in her speech, urged government to create an enabling environment to produce poultry feed locally.
Industries produce feed in Ghana. You produce feed in Ghana, I'm telling you, Obia best stop importation. Say, Yakasi produce a best stop. Now say you produce it here and they're still locally, Mubenya problems and foreign producers beg anymore on us. Let's say both the importers no grampono obiamra out na yamwa we dey yan dey Ghana for yet there it obiamwa abanya ni the banks munya modie na individuals obianso nya ni there e ma sa project we entumi and sustaining farmer.
Meanwhile, Deputy Agric Minister in charge of livestock, Mohamed Hadi Tuferu, says government is helping reduce the cost of feed by encouraging local production. He says over 25 million euros is being invested in the value chain of soya bean and maize to help poultry farmers under the Savannah Improvement Program, among others.
Government will continue to support her, then she grows. Other importers get to know that they bring meat into the country. Nobody cares because the lives of these women are in the system doing wonderful. All of them will stop importing. Government will continue to support farmers to grow production. You know, feed costs, we cannot take it away from this whole analysis. Cost of feed is a challenge. It also presents another opportunity because government wants to support farmers to produce huge quantities of grains that can provide input into the meal, that provide feed for the poultry farm. So we have a program to develop land for farmers free, those who are interested, and subsidize input for them to use to produce and pay back later.
DB and Absa Bank at the event assured businesses of their support.
And that's business. The news continues after this break.
Now, gospel musician Grace Ashy says she is not perturbed that partisan politics is affecting her music. She has a song for every season, be it political, national celebrations or football. He has composed a song for MPP's airline chairman, Grace Ashy, in an interview with JoyNews, says she has been engaged in partisan politics for many years, even during her active singing days. She says she is unbothered about her active participation in partisan politics affecting her music. Maxwell Agbagba met her during Alan Chamantin's tour and now reports.
This time, she has composed a song for MPP flag bearer hopeful Alan Chamantin. Met her at Sefiri also in the Western North region singing for supporters of Alan Cash. She revealed she has been actively involved in partisan politics for many years. At a point, she was an NPP constituency executive during her active years of singing.
Before Nana Akufo-Addo became president from 2010, I was the deputy constituency secretary for Anyaso Utuom. So I have been following MPP for long. Not only that, since 2007, when Nana Akufo-Addo was vying for president, I was in Sunyani West, and I make sure to compose a song for the MP over there, Bafoua. And now, if you want to get peace, if you want everything to be smoothly, the only person, the only choice I want to recommend for you is Alan Kojo Chamantin, a loyal man, a man with his ways, a man with vision. When you are with him, you can sleep because he loves everybody. He doesn't discriminate, and that is Alan for you. And with Alan, he's not leaving anyone behind. All inclusive. And that is Alan Chamantin for you. It is Alan time. Let us give them the chance because it is for him. You may feel it, but you don't have to look behind because you know what you are doing. I know what I am doing. Because why is it that singing for Black Stars doesn't affect my music? Why is it that when I sing for the nation, Ghana at 50 doesn't affect me? But singing for a one person who is the visionary, who can help us to send Ghana to, you know, the whole world, for us to get what we want. Why should I have to be affected?
And that's our bulletin for you today. There's more news on myjoyonline.com. My name is Samuel Kojo. Thanks so much for your attention and do enjoy the rest of your morning. Have a good day.